Good evening sir, good evening classmate. Kami po ang reporter ng Module 15 na ang title po ay Laboratory Apparatus, Safety Rules, and Symbols. So, yung iba po sa inyo ay may idea na po sa aming topic dahil mula po ng junior ay na-discuss na po itong Laboratory Apparatus, Safety Rules, and Symbols. So, dumako naman tayo sa overview. Overview. This module lets you go through sample activities of scientists to develop your science processes and skills. This time, you will experience how chemists work in a laboratory with different apparatus on hand and how to take laboratory precautions. The activities in this module will teach you how to use different apparatus in laboratory. It will also develop your skills in making accurate measurement using the common laboratory equipment. In using them safety and in interpreting icons and symbols used in a laboratory. Our objectives are classify different laboratory apparatus based on their uses, identify the laboratory icons and symbols used inside a laboratory, and state different precautionary measures in the laboratory to be observed. Discussion. Identifying laboratory apparatus and its uses. Kapag naisip mo ang mga chemist na nagtatrabaho, marahil ay naiisip mo sila sa isang modernong laboratory na may mga test tubes, iba pang mga pinong instrumento o patakaran ng pamahalaan at mga bote ng mga kakaibang sangkap. Tama. Sa isang laboratory, mahanap mo ang iba't ibang mga kagamitan sa laboratorio. Ang science laboratory ay isang lugar ng pakikipagsapalaran at pagtuklas. Ang ilan sa mga pinakapanapanabik na kaganapan sa kasaysayan ng siyentipikong nangyari sa isang laboratorio. Ang pagtuklas ng mga atoms, paggawa ng mga plastik para sa pananamit, pagtatasan ng mga chemical ng mga sangkap, at iba pang mga tuklas ay unang ginawa ng mga chemist sa isang laboratory. Ngunit ang lahat ng mga bagay na ito ay hindi maaaring mangyari kung walang kagamitan at aparato. At may iba't ibang mga kagamitan sa laboratory ang nagsilbi sa kanilang mga layunin. Narito ang mga ilan sa mga kagamitan sa laboratory at kanilang mga gamit. Group 1. Some apparatus used for storing liquids. So, una ay ang beaker. So, generally, ang beaker ay isang cylindrical container with a flat bottom and a lip around the top. Kinagamit para i-measure o i-store yung mga liquid mixtures na gagamitin sa isang experiment. Most beakers are made of glass, pero meron ding mga gawa sa metal at heat resistance, plastic, and available ito in a wide range of sizes from 1 mm up several liters. So, ang next po ay reagent bottles. Reagent bottles are also known as media bottles or graduated bottles. Ito ay ginagamit para i-store yung mga mixed chemicals o yung mga chemicals na inihahalo sa iba pang substance para makagawa ng chemical reaction to form a new substance o compound. So, next po ay fluorescent flask. Fluorescent flask, or also known as a round bottom flask or a boiling flask, is a round, flat bottom, long neck vessel na gawa sa borosilicate glass. Ito ay ginagamit upang i-measure yung mga liquid at ginagamit din ito sa pag-boil o pag-distill ng liquid. So, next po ay Erlenmeyer flask. Kilala rin ito bilang conical flask at titration flask. Kung ang fluorescent flask po ay round bottom shaped flask, ito naman ay cone-shaped flask with a narrow flat bottom and a cylindrical neck. Ipinangalan ito sa isang German chemist na si Emil Erlenmeyer na siyang nakagawa nito. It is used to measure a volume of liquid o kaya naman ay mag-store ng mga liquid or chemicals na kailangang itabi for a further analysis. So, next naman po ay volumetric plus. Volumetric plus is a conical base, flat bottom vessels with a long neck container na ginagamit para i-store yung mga liquid na kailangan pang obserbahan at ginagamit ito to measure a volume of liquid much more precisely than beakers or Erlenmeyer flasks. So next po ay test tube in a rack. Ito po yung mga maliliit na glass tube shaped containers na naglalaman ng mga small amount of liquid na pwedeng ihalo sa ibang substance. Ito ay nakalagay sa isang rack na gawa sa metal wires or pwede rin namang mga plastic, polystyrene, foam, fiberglass, and polypropylene. So, ngayon, tapos na tayo sa group 1 sa pag-i-store ng mga liquid. So, dumako naman tayo sa group 2, some apparatus used for measuring volume. So, una, graduated cylinder. So, also known as measuring cylinder or mixing cylinder. A narrow cylindrical shaped vessel. Ito ay isang common laboratory equipment na ginagamit sa pag-measure ng mga liquid or irregular solids by water displacement na ginagamit sa pag-experiment, and each marked line on the graduated cylinder represents the amount of liquid that has been measured. So, next po ay ang pipette and burette. Ang pipette ay isang glass tube na may bulb dun sa gitna at ginagamit ito upang mag-transfer ng small amount of liquid sa isa pang container. Samantalang ang burette ay isa ring glass tube. Pero ito naman ay may stock cock sa ilalim at may mga measurement marks sa gilid at ito ay ginagamit to measure a volume of liquid accurately bago ito i-release sa isa pang container. So, sunod ay medicine dropper. So, ito ay isang small glass or plastic tube na may rubber bulb sa itaas o sa dulo nito. It is used to stock up liquid tapos i-release ito one drop at a time. So, alam din naman natin, ito rin yung ginagamit para ipainom yung mga vitamins sa mga bata. So, ngayon naman ay dumako naman tayo sa group 3, apparatus used when heating substances. So, number 1, wire gauze. Ito ay isang sheet of thin metal na meron pang net-like patterns or wire mesh. Ito ay ginagamit rin para protektahan yung mga glassware during the heating process. So, ang next naman po ay ang iron ring. Iron ring or ring clamp comprises a conjoined metal ring and radially extended rope. Ito ay ginagamit para maging base ng wire gauze or ng iba pang mga container. So, next naman po ay ang iron clamp. Ang iron clamp ay isang laboratory equipment na ginagamit upang hawakan yung mga test tube, distilling flask, and other apparatus that needs to be heated. At ito ay nilalagay sa iron stand. So, next po ay ang iron stand. So, iron stand is a ventilated metal stand. O ito yung sumusuporta dun sa iron ring at iron clamp during the heating or distillation process. So, next po ay ang Bunsen burner. Isa itong glass burner na ginagamit bilang isang laboratory equipment. It's entirely made of metal. Ito ay nagproproduce ng hot flame by mixing flammable gas under pressure through controlled quantities of air. And ginagamit din ito sa heating, sterilization, and combustion. So, next po ay crucible tong. Crucible tong is a scissor-like tools, pero imbis na blade ay dalawang pincers or pieces of metals na nako-concave ang nakalagay dito. At ito ay ginagamit upang mahawakan yung mga hot materials o apparatus na kakailanganin. So, next naman ay ang crucible and cover. Ang crucible ay gawa sa high temperature resistance materials, usually porcelain, alumina, or an inert material. Available ito in several sizes at may mga kasama ring lid. Ito ay isang heat-resistant container na ginagamit para sa pag-melt ng mga ores o ng iba pang materials. So, next naman po ay ang evaporating dish. Ito ay gawa sa porcelain o borosilicate glass at ginagamit ito sa pag-evaporate ng mga solutions, supernatant liquids, or excess solvents. Ngayon naman ay dumako naman tayo sa other laboratory apparatus. So, number 1. So, watch glass. Watch glass is a round bottom, circular plate na pwedeng gawa sa plexiglass, ordinary glass, or sa synthetic sapphire. Dito, nauobserbahan yung mga chemicals reaction. So, next naman ay test tube brush. Test tube brush or spout brush ay ginagamit para malinis yung mga small-mouthed containers katulad ng test tubes. Next naman po ay ang test tube holders. Ang test tube holders ay gawa sa metal at ginagamit para mahawakan yung mga test tube kapag may iniinit na chemicals o kapag nag-e-experiment. Ang next naman po ay ang spatula. Spatula is a shallow round crystal or glass dish that serve as a spoon na ginagamit para mag-handle ng small amount of substances to be tested for a reaction. So, next po ay ang funnel. Funnel is a cone-shaped tool na may malaking butas sa itaas at maliliit na tube sa ilalim. Ito ay madalas na gawa sa plastic or glass na ginagamit para i-guide yung mga substances kapag ibinubuhos ito sa mga small-mounted container. And it is used also to hold filter paper during filtration. So, ang last naman po ay ang mortar and pestle. Ang mortar and pestle ay ginagamit para i-grind o i-mash o pinuhin yung mga solid substances. Ito ay gawa sa kahit anong hard materials katulad ng cast iron, prostrated glass, granite, hardwood, stone, marble, pottery, porcelain, ceramic, stainless steel, or rock.
Laboratory safety precautions. Science is a hands-on laboratory class. You will be doing many laboratory activities that require the use of different apparatus and hazardous chemicals. Safety in science classroom is the number one priority for students and teachers. To ensure a safety science classroom, a list of rules has been developed. These rules must be followed at all times. The science laboratory is a safe place to work in if you are careful. Following are some safety precautions to help you protect yourself from injury in the laboratory while doing the experiment. Read and understand them to ensure your safety before, during, and after doing an experiment.
So, inside the laboratory, narito ang ilang paalala kapag nasa loob na tayo ng laboratory. So, number 1, do not eat food, drink beverages, or chewing gum in the laboratory. Do not use laboratory glassware as a container, food, or beverages. So, number 2, mahalaga na magsuot tayo ng aprons para maprotektahan natin ang ating balat or skin. So, para din maiwasan natin ang skin irritations, at mahalaga din na magsuot tayo ng gloves para naman sa paghawak natin ng maiinit na equipment sa loob ng laboratory. So, number 3, observe good housekeeping practices. So, mahalaga na panatilihin natin yung kalinisan sa loob ng laboratory. So, number 4, mahalaga na alamin din natin kung saan ang location ng lahat ng safety equipments tulad ng first aid kit, eye wash station, safety shower, spill kit, fire extinguisher, and fire blanket para handa tayo kung may mga aksidente man ang mangyayari sa loob ng laboratory. So, number 5, dapat din na maging alerto tayo sa lahat ng caution sa loob ng laboratory. At mahalaga na i-inform natin sa ating instructor kung may nakita tayo na unsafe condition sa loob ng laboratory.
So after doing an experiment, check if a main gas outlet bulb is shut off, the water is turned off, the desktop floor areas sink are clean, all equipments are cool, clean, and arranged properly. Clothing. Number 1. Wear goggles or eye protector if necessary. Number 2. Dress properly during a laboratory activity. Long hair, dangling jewelry, and loose or baggy clothing are hazard in the laboratory. Wear an apron. Shoes must be completely cover the foot. Accident and injuries. Number 1. Report any accident or any untoward incident to your teachers. Number 2. If a chemical should splash in your eyes, immediately flush with running water from the eye wash station for at least 20 minutes. Notify your teacher immediately.
Next is handling chemicals. So alam naman natin na halos lahat ng chemicals sa laboratory ay i-consider as dangerous. So mahalaga na huwag muna natin itong hawakan, tikman o amuyin. So unless specifically instructed na ito ay ating gawin. So ang technique for smelling chemicals at usok sa ating experiment ay gamitan ito ng fan. At siguraduhin natin na malayo ang chemicals sa ating mga mukha para iwas tayo sa anumang aksidente. So number 2, mahalaga na i-check muna natin ang label ng chemical na ating gagamitin. Kung ito ba ay tama o naangkop sa experiment na ating gagawin. So number 3, never return unused chemical to their own original container. So mahalaga na wag na nating ibalik yung nagamit nating chemical sa kanilang original na lagayan kasi kadalasan may kahalo na itong ibang chemical.
Number 4. Acid must be handled with extreme care. Always add acid slowly to water, with the slowly stirring and swirling, being careful of the heat procedure, particularly with the sulfuric acid. Number 5. Handle flammable hazardous liquid over a pan to contain spills. Never spins flammable liquid anywhere near an open flame or source of heat.
So, next natin ay heating substance. Hindi ko na po ipapaliwanag sa inyo kung ano sa Tagalog ang mga nakasulat dito. Kasi common na po ang lahat ng mga nakasulat sa reminders. So, at alam kong maintindihan nyo na rin ito kapag nabasa ninyo.
Handling glassware and equipments. Number 1. Inserting and removing glass tubing from rubber stopper can be dangerous. Always lubricate glassware, tubing, textile tube, thermometer, etc. before attempting to insert it in a stopper. Always protect your hand with towels or cotton gloves when inserting glass tubing into or removing it from a rubber stopper. If a piece of glassware becomes frozen in a stopper, take it to your instructor for removal. Number 2. When removing an electrical plug from its socket, grasp the plug, not the electrical cord. Hand must be completely dry before touch an electrical switch, plug, or outlet. Number 3. Examine glassware before its use. Never use cheap or cracked glassware. Never use dirty glassware. Do not immerse hot glassware in cold water. It may shatter. Number 4. Report damaged electrical equipment immediately. Look for things such as frayed cord, exposed wires, and loose connections. Do not use damaged electrical equipments. Heating substance. Number 1. Should the flammable of the Bunsen burner go out, immediately turn off the gas at the gas outlet valve. If you wish to turn off the burner, do so by turning off the gas at the gas outlet valve first. Then close the needle valve and barrel. Never reach over an exposed flame. The light gas burner only instructed by the teachers. Number 2. Never leave a lit burner unattended. Never leave anything that is being heated or is visibly reacting unattended. Always turn the burner or hot plate. Handling glassware and equipments. Number 1. Inserting and removing glass tubing from rubber stopper can be dangerous. Always lubricate glassware, tubing, textile tube, thermometer, etc. before attempting to insert it in a stopper. Always protect your hand with towels or cotton gloves when inserting glass tubing into or removing it from a rubber stopper. If a piece of glassware becomes frozen in a stopper, take it to your instructor for removal. Number 2. When removing an electrical plug from its socket, grasp the plug, not the electrical cord. Hand must be completely dry before touch an electrical switch, plug, or outlet. Number 3. Examine glassware before its use. Never use cheap or cracked glassware. Never use dirty glassware. Do not immerse hot glassware in cold water. It may shatter. Number 4. Report damaged electrical equipment immediately. Look for things such as frayed cord, exposed wires, and loose connections. Do not use damaged electrical equipments. Heating substance. Number 1. Should the flammable of the Bunsen burner go out, immediately turn off the gas at the gas outlet valve. If you wish to turn off the burner, do so by turning off the gas at the gas outlet valve first. Then close the needle valve and barrel. Never reach over an exposed flame. The light gas burner only instructed by the teachers. Number 2. Never leave a lit burner unattended. Never leave anything that is being heated or is visibly reacting unattended. Always turn the burner or hot plate up when not in use. Number 3. Do not point the open and off a test tube being heated at yourself or anyone else. Number 4. Heated metals, glass, and ceramic remain very hot for a long time. They should be set aside to cool and then pick up with caution. Use crushable tongs or heated protective gloves if necessary. Determine if an object is hot by bringing the back of your hand close to it prior to grasping it. Laboratory safety symbols. The idea of using symbols is to transmit information regarding your safety inside the laboratory clearly and easily. The safety symbols that will be present in the module are most familiar ones. These symbols are accompanied by explanation.
So, narito po ang ilan sa mga laboratory safety symbols para maging familiar po tayo kung ano ba ang itsura ng picture nila at maging familiar tayo kung ano ba ang kahulugan ng mga symbols na ito. So that's all for Module 15. Salamat po.